Got some lavender blooming. This is not your ordinary lavender. It's pink flowered. Lavender hidcoat. And I have not seen this in any gardening catalog for many, many years. So every year I try to save the seeds and send them to whoever wants them. I sent them to one person last year, and I don't know if they ever grew for her, but I hope they did. Over here is ordinary lavender. They both smell the same. The color of the flower doesn't make any difference. And there's our yarrow or whatever. Go in there. A little bit of elfin thyme. That one growing in a mound shape. There's the one I stepped on over there. That one's growing flat, but it's growing more than any of the others as far as I can tell. And just usual stuff going on here. I did a lot of cleaning out of the columbines because they were getting all over the place. Let's see how our tomatoes are doing. See if I can spend like 20 minutes looking for a tomato again. We had a flood here a couple days ago, and didn't seem to have any bad effects on the garden, but having 6 inches of water in the basement didn't have a good effect on people who live here. There's like something like 3 inches of rain in a couple hours or something like that overnight. So we woke up to a lot of closed roads, and flooded basements, and all that good stuff. Here's the other elfin thyme here, growing in a mound shape. Hasn't been stepped on. And over here is violets. What is it? Violets creeping thyme. That one is thinner and flatter, even though it hasn't been stepped on. And it's spreading more quickly than the other thyme. So that's pretty much it for our flowers this week. In a minute, I'm going to go over to the vegetables. Here you see our volunteer growing like insane. It's just must be about 7 feet long already, and I'm trying to direct it so it can turn the corner without affecting too many other plants. It is kind of choking off our cucumbers a bit on that side. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that. But the cucumbers, we're trying to go anywhere but the trellis we got for them. So I tied them to the trellis, and now they're still they are going to grow on the trellis whether they want to or not. I'm getting in the way of the sun today, aren't I? And over here is our mammoth Russian sunflower, now about 4 feet tall. I'm going to feed it again this weekend because, like I said, I want a big sunflower. I don't want a little dinky thing with a huge flower on it. And the lettuce bolted. I'm going to let it bolt because it's attracting beneficial insects and may help the garden. And our peppers are looking better. They're a little bit greener, and they have little mini peppers on them, except for this one. Boy, am I in the way here. Okay, yeah. And the dill coming up. I pulled all the radishes out because it's been super hot and they bolted. So that'll be the last of the radishes until fall. I'm going to put another crop in at that time. And there's our beans coming along. These are pole beans. My brother's poor little Roma tomatoes in the back there. And there's aspen. No flowers from aspen or racer yet. The other two, Kakai and the the volunteer have been flowering, all male flowers. The other volunteer over here in the middle of the trellis there, you can see it, yeah. That one hasn't flowered yet either, so that makes me think it's a short vine. And there's another little volunteer right there. Made its way through the fence, I see. And over here, we have a really amazing story. This here is a Cherokee Trail of Tears bush wax bean. And I bought those seeds this year, and only 5 of them came up. 6, excuse me. And so I was going to buy some more wax bean seeds, but then I was looking around in the garage and found a big package of wax bean bush beans, probably from last year. And they went through the winter in the garage, so I didn't think they'd come up. But I put them in anyway. And look at this. This is less than a week later. Or maybe it's 1 week later. But that's pretty darn good germination for seeds that were not cared for properly. Got some weeding to do here. And there's our milkweed. It wants to be yellow. I've tried everything, so it will be yellow. What can you do? At least it's growing a little bit. And there's our creeping mint. And our wildflower garden. Got a lot of weeds in there trying to masquerade as wildflowers. Pull them out as I see them. What I'm finding is that the bugs attack the weeds first. And so it's easy to identify which is a weed, so you just go in there and yank it out. Potatoes are winding down, but that'll take a while. Usually takes about a little over a month before they're completely gone. Let's see how the carrots are doing. I have not looked at them. Keep forgetting they're there. Here they are. They only get sun part of the day. I guess we'll get a few. It's gonna take a while though. But anyway, not much to see in the garden this week. We had a lot of heat last week, and I'm thinking that's why it's except for a lot of growth, we're not seeing a lot of production. So that's it for this week, and I'll see you next week.